What's up, guys? There are four key things that I want to discuss in this video, which is really about getting your team aligned, getting everybody congruent, getting everybody rowing in the same direction. Because a lot of times on teams, it could just take one person who's rowing in the opposite direction, or it could be a whole bunch of people. And what happens is the boat's just going to do circles, just going to spin. One's rowing one direction, the other one's rowing the other direction. You're not going to go anywhere. It's like being on the hamster wheel. And if you're on the hamster wheel, you know as well as I do, like, it doesn't matter how much extra effort you put in, doesn't matter how long you're on the wheel, you're not going anywhere. Like, you're stagnant. You're in the same place. You're not moving. So there's a lot of different definitions for these different things that we're going to talk about that need to be incorporated in your business to create some alignment and congruency to get everybody rowing in that same direction. But this is how I made sense of it in my mind, so that's how I'm going to share it with you, because it simplifies it. So, because my mind is simple, I want simple. So I've kind of distilled this down, and I'll explain each one of these to you so that you can start working on them yourself and get them implemented into your business so that you can get the whole team aligned and congruent. And by the way, tomorrow is the last day for two things, just some housekeeping things. So first, if you have not checked out the HVAC Accelerator Challenge, I'm going to put the link in the description. Be sure to check that out. It begins tomorrow. This is the last one we're doing for several months. You're going to want to take this training just so you can get on the right path and start moving in the right direction with your company. So check that out in the description. Also, I've got another copy here of $100 million leads. The first person who comments on this video and emails me at hvacmillionaire@gmail.com, their name and address, just make sure that you have no typos there. I'm going to get this in the mail to you sometime next week. So the first person who comments. So let's talk about vision statement. That's the first thing. The vision statement I like to think of as like a BHAG, what Jim Collins coined in the book Good to Great. He coined it a BHAG, which is a big, hairy, audacious goal. The whole deal with the vision statement is that it's so far into the future that no one can really say that it's not possible. And that's for you, but it's also for the company. This is what you're going to be sharing repeatedly with the company. This is where we're going. This is how we're going to get there. I can't wait till we get there. Let's create some excitement around where we're going and make sure that when we do arrive, that everybody in the company benefits, not just the owner. So that's your vision statement. That's typically long term. It's going to be past 5 years typically. I would say like 10-year goal. But 5 years is the max. Or the minimum. Don't make it any shorter than 5 years long. And that's where you see the company going. Like, you have to have a vision. You have to know where you're going. You have to have this picture in your mind of what you want it to look like. And then you have to share that picture with the company. That way everybody else can kind of see, this is why we're doing what we're doing. And this is going to be the outcome once we get there. The next thing is core values. Core values, I would only pick 4 to 5, because core values is basically what you like, the behaviors that you believe in and the beliefs that you believe in that are going to ensure that we behave and we act in accordance with those beliefs. So if you believe in taking, wowing your customers and making that a priority in your business every single time you go to a service call, that's probably going to be a good core belief. If you believe in integrity, like always doing the right thing when no one is watching, that's going to be a good core value. The main thing with core values is that you want to make sure that it's something that you always live by. So if somebody on your team decides that they're not going to be in integrity, or you make a bad hire and they don't have integrity, they don't do the right thing when no one is watching, they maybe lie on their service tickets, or like, you have to address that immediately, because they're non-negotiables. This is how we act. This is our belief system. And you're going to use your core values to make lots of decisions in your business. Hard decisions, if it doesn't align with the core values, you don't do it. or you change it so you can get back in alignment with your core values. So they're incredibly important. It's important that everybody on the team understands what those core values are. And, that's something that only comes with repetition. Once again, the vision, the core values, you have to be sharing this with your team regularly. That's why we have to have regular company meetings. The next one is your mission statement. Now, a lot of times people will say your mission statement is your vision statement, but this is, like I said, this is how I made it make sense in my mind. I read a really great book, How to Grow Your Small Business by Donald Miller. And I love his take on mission statements. So I'm adopting that, for our clients and our students, because it's really great. And what it is the bottom line is the mission of the company. There has to be some monetary gain behind it. So, and it's always evolving and changing. So it depends on what you currently need, will depend on what your current mission statement is. And your mission statement is going to include at least 3 things that are going to move the needle in your business. And you'll also include the deadline by which you will hit those 3 things, whatever those things are. You want to increase customer reviews because that's going to have an impact on how many people find you online. Or if you want to increase your average ticket by providing a better service and offering more options, or if you want to increase your closing rate on equipment sales, whatever it is that you need to happen in your business. Now, it's best to kind of define these and then get your entire team together and decide which ones we're going to work on first. And so the mission statement as a team, that way we can have buy-in from the entire team. If you just decide we're going to increase reviews, you can do that, but you're going to probably gain a lot more reviews if you have buy-in from the team and they all understand why. And that's part of the mission statement. You're going to write because blank. So like we increase our average ticket, we increase our number of reviews collected per month, we increase our closing ratio. Okay, well, if that's your 3 on your mission for this quarter or this year, which I would stick with quarterly, every 3 months, reassess, because it's a living document, which is why it's so different than what other people usually consider mission statements. And so those 3 targets that have a monetary gain for the company, that way, a rising tide raises all ships. We have to have money influx in the business in order to sustain the mission. If we have no money, we cannot sustain the mission. And so one thing that he says that's so important is that if nobody in your team can say what the mission is, then you have no mission. So once again, everybody has to, if we choose this together, what you need to happen in your business. So I would do your research or whatever you may already know, figure out what those things are, have a team meeting, have everybody come in, and let's decide what would have the biggest impact in order to get the results that we need. Okay, and so that's going to have a due date, like by when, and it's also going to have because. So we do this because XYZ. So why do you need to do it? Well, because we need to add 2 more vehicles by next year, or 3 more vehicles, or 10 more vehicles, or we need to increase our net profit so that and what do we get from that when we increase our net profit, whatever that is. Okay, so that's the 3 things so far. We got vision statement, core values, mission statement. Now we have our purpose statement. And the reason I separated that is because the purpose statement is really like why you do what you do in your business. So ours, for instance, was we help all people live in greater safety and comfort, which is generic, and I actually took it from another generic, but you can come up with one that, like, why does your company exist? That's going to be something that, like the mission statement is not customer facing. But the purpose statement is. You're welcome to share that or have that up in your office so when customers come in, they can see what your purpose is. So that's it. I mean, if you can get these worked out and banged out in your company and then continue to share it and get everybody on board and help everybody understand why we have these things, the vision, the core values, the mission, and the purpose statement, then we can all get on the same page and know what we're fighting for each and every day. So that's how I made it make sense in my mind. That's how I would use it in my company. And that's going to help you get congruent, get aligned, and get close, get to moving forward a lot faster in your business. So hope this was helpful. Like I said, first person gets a copy of $100 million leads if you don't currently have one, if you email me, and then join the challenge. It starts next week. You'll learn things just like this so that you can get moving a lot faster in your business. So hope to see you there. Last one we're going to do in several months. Love you guys. Go make money. Boom.